everybody. Welcome to Balls and All. And we're up here at Bells Rapids, and we're watching something really exciting going on right behind you. And we're going to show you what that is. So first of all, let's get the Balls and All rolling. And we got a lot of stories on tonight, but one big thing we really want to point out is don't forget on the 15th of September, we're going to be filming our live show. It's live to tape, but I mean it's a live show where we want a studio audience.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
And we want you to get involved. We want you to come along. So get your self-addressed stamped envelopes into us. And if you're involved in a sports or a leisure, we want to see your uniform or whatever. Come down, have some fun with the Balls and All gang. All right, now, as we say, we're here at Bells Rapids. A lot of people are here watching what's going on, and we're going to put you on to Wayne, who's right below us here, and we're going to hand the mic down to Wayne. He's going to have a chat.
Ah, look at that. As you can see, we're very technical here. I'm Wayne Simmons, and I'm here with Roger Smith. How you doing, Roger?
I'm great, mate. Absolutely great. Really going off today.
Now, could you explain a little bit about this day and how long you've been in the sport of kayaking?
Well, I've been around kayaking for about 25 years, but this sport is really started in the mid-90s, and it's totally radical from any other sort of canoeing sport that's preceded it, where literally they've thrown all the rules out the door and just gone and had some fun, So they've changed the shape of boats. We've got some really radical shaped boats here today, and some radical moves. Some people, it just takes a lot of courage and things to get in and do this, and it's really whitewater gymnastics is probably the best way to describe it.
Now, what would be some of the requirements age-wise to get started in this? How old would you have to be the minimum age?
Age has really got nothing to do with it. Most of the paddlers are quite young, and a lot of older paddlers are also in it, like myself. I grew up with paddling, and this to me is...
we try not to say old that much, so I mean, a lot of us more vintage, mature paddlers.
Well, compared to some of these guys, I'm mature, but yeah. But not anybody that's got the nerve to come out and paddle a boat like this is quite welcome to. A lot of school kids are doing this, a lot of people in their teens, and quite a few mature age people.
You know what I'm finding out that's amazing? A lot of people don't know about a lot of the beauty that's right in Perth and right outside of it. I mean, what, 25 minutes and you're out here?
25 minutes from the centre of Perth, and here it is, this amazing spot. Unfortunately, canoeing normally takes place in somewhat remote places, but this particular place here, we've got this wonderful bridge where we can set all this up. We've got easy parking. This is one of the things that they call this type of kayaking is park and play.
Yeah.
Rather than do a long river trip, you come and park in the car park, bring your boat down, play around for a few hours, put your car on your boat and go home again, Very, very easy.
And you know what I'm finding? Everybody out here seems to be enjoying themselves, having a great time. The weather's great. You got music in the background. It's all happening. Yeah. We got the hat backwards. It's happening. Now, how many people would be out here today on a normal day?
About 30 people are around today, yeah. And normally they tend to be fairly spread out on the river. Okay. Our idea was today, bring them all together one spot. Let's get some things going. Okay. Let's get some. We got a few prizes. Who we're going to give them to? I don't really know, but
let me put my hand up for the prizes. Now, actually, if somebody wanted to get started in this, right, equipment-wise, what would they need?
Well, you need a short, what's called a play boat. You need a spray deck that keeps the water out. You need a helmet for protection and a jacket for buoyancy. And basically, you're away.
Okay, now somebody just starting off, like I said, if you wanted to get this at bargain basement prices, what would they be up for to start? Because I'm sure a lot of people watching this would be interested.
Well, if you bought new equipment, you're probably like $1,500, you'd be well away.
Okay.
But, most people start with second-hand gear and they borrow things. They're very generous sort of people on the river. Okay. So you can bring a friend, lend him your boat, and you can borrow things. It's not...
That's good. Now, just if I'm a shark out here and stuff like that, can I, as a shark, get a boat and get in there and get a helmet, get it over my fins and get out there as well?
You may want to practice a bit on some flat water to start with, yeah. But if you got the balls, get out there.
Well, we got to have the balls and they got to be swinging. So Now, is there anybody?
Thinking it happened because you're going to get wet.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And being a shark, I should be used to that. Now, I see you've got a guy out there with some horns.
He's a horny guy.
That horny guy. Can we get the camera on this horny guy over here? That's pretty horny. Now, I'm sure he'd be great at a bullfight as well.
But that's generally the spirit of the whole thing, that people come and have fun, that nothing's too serious here. You know, we'll give him points for wearing his horns. He may be a lousy paddler, but if he looks good, well, you know, he's on top. So
Excellent. Now, I want to get involved with this. Somebody watching, what number could they call to get involved with this, Roger?
well, if they probably best to come into our store, Snowgum Store, we're in West Perth, or they want to give us a call, they can call us on 9321-5259, and we'd gladly speak to them.
Okay, then if we could say that one more time.
9321-5259.
Well, Roger, thanks a lot, and it's going to be an excellent day. Great to meet you, too. And he's from Wales, by the way.
Yeah, well, thanks very much to all the guys at the Snow Gum, all the guys and girls here.
It's very different, isn't it? Very cold, but it looks like fun.
Something we didn't expect to see how exciting it is, and it's just amazing how they just sit in one position like that.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay, now someone else who looks like the floats on there is Nigel Brown. A while back, as you remember, we did the Superbike Spectacular held at Burswood, and Nigel was one of the guys down there.
Yeah, pretty awesome, mate. He can get some sick air.
Sure did. And let's have a look at the story we did recently with Nigel. Hi everybody, it's Moose here for Balls and All, and I'm down in the boonies and I'm chatting with one of West Australia's top motorbike riders. Chap we spoke to back when we did the big Supercross special. Some of the boys from Krusty Demons were there and all kinds of people there, but someone else who was there is the fella right here, Nigel Brown. Hi Nigel, how are you?
Yeah, really well, thanks. We're just down here going big. We seem to work out a crowd and it's really impressive.
Yeah, now sick air we call this, by the way. I suppose you've seen the Krusty tapes.
Yeah, definitely. This is really going sick. We've got the car. I mean, if anything goes wrong, it's all over, so we definitely class this as sick air.
And you kind of stirred up a few of the natives as well. They're all kind of crashing all over the place here, trying to catch up to you a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. We got the adrenaline flowing, and we get to sit back here now and watch everyone else go end for end, which is, it really pays off and it makes us look good.
Yeah. Now, of course, you've already admitted to me earlier, you've actually done a few of these as well in the past and damaged a few things to get to the stage you are now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're always going to crash. It's the only way you know that you're going fast. Just some people crash more than others. So there's a few ways that you can come off. You either go flat and splat or you can tuck and roll. I know which one I'd prefer, so would you?
No, I think I'm on the more of the rolling type myself, but the flat and splat, I don't know. I'd have to get much higher than you, I think, to do that one. Now, you're getting some good air here, of course, and practicing. What's the whole aim of this?
We're just trying to get a gig together for over East. Some of the promoters over there seem to be keen on the footage. And we're just down here practicing, getting all the moves, giving them some footage to see if they are impressed as we are.
Yeah. Now, when we did the Supercross there and all that, that wasn't really your first ever big gig, though, was it?
No, I've been over East for a few months racing Supercross there. So, I mean, you could say it's pretty familiar territory, but we don't have as much as we'd like. So, it's a pretty up and down kind of scenario with Supercross.
Now, young kids out there, guys and girls, whatever, they love motorbikes and whatever, and they think, oh, I wouldn't mind having a go at this. What kind of stages would you recommend someone to go through?
Definitely, if they're first starting off, coaching's a really good thing. Myself, I'm accredited coach. There's also a few in WA. Definitely get some lessons, maybe book them into a school or something like that. Because
that's actually available. See, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I run a few schools throughout the year. I just did a 2-day school about a month ago down at Coastal during the school holidays. And we probably have around 4 or 5 schools throughout the year, one Supercross school. All the techniques that we cover throughout the 2 days are a building block on the rest of their career. So if they master that down pack, they shouldn't have as many injuries and as many falls as what they would if they had no lessons.
Okay, so obviously safety would be the biggest thing, because the whole idea is that they want to be able to do it a second time at least. So what kind of things would you obviously recommend? We see some of the gear you're wearing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a really good helmet's a necessity. They start off from around $100 and they go up to around $700. Personally, I'd try and budget myself on the best helmet I could afford. Maybe not get the flash gear, but get a good helmet, because your brain's the most important bit. Definitely helmets, goggles and boots. Okay, you're not really here for a fashion statement, so you can ride in your jeans and a long sleeve shirt if you want.
Yeah.
But definitely the boots and helmets and goggles to protect your eyes are a necessity.
Yeah, so look after yourself, because even though you're out there, it's not a matter of stopping you from trying to damage yourself. It's to protect yourself when it does happen.
Yeah, definitely. When you fall out of the sky, you really come down with a thud.
And we're going to see a little bit of that in a second. Now, tell me about your bike, though, because I always thought you guys would be wanting to get as much grunt as you can, like 250s, 350s, whatever. But this is a 125, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a 125. We didn't have an option to ride 250, but for jumping purposes, they really are the ultimate bike.
Is that because they're lighter, or what's the reason?
They got more pulling power, so if you start to come up short on the up ramp, you got that acceleration to get going. But the 125s are really good for jumps because they're so light. You can put them in any attitude you want and bring them back safely, so that's why I really like the 125 for jumps.
And the boys at 5 Star have looked after you pretty good with this, as they were pointing out to us at the Supercross there. So this is a year 2000 125?
Yeah, this is a 2000 model 125, 5-star Yamaha, along with Paul Pinfold, Bellray and Thor look after the bikes. So as a team we work really good, and the bike's always fresh for the weekends.
Now, how does it feel to be at this level? I mean, obviously you got further to go, but way back when you first started, to wonder one day, will someone ever help you out with bikes and helmets and gear? How does that feel to be at this stage now?
Yeah, it's real relaxing being able to go to a meeting and know that everything's covered.
Yeah.
And if something does go wrong, you got the backup there with a spare bike to be able to carry on throughout the day. So it really is a bonus to have the support that we've got.
And not only that, but your big support crew and all that as well. So everybody looks after you well. Now, just one thing too. Now, when we just about to see you actually jump this trailer behind us, and you could probably have about 5 of me standing on top of it as well. But do you like sit down and actually plan it all out ahead of time and do it slowly ahead of time and get used to the idea, or you just go hell for leather?
You kind of measure it on something that you've done before.
Yeah.
So you look at it and say, oh, it's roughly like one I did a fortnight ago or something like that. Maybe pace it out and jump halfway, 3/4 a few times until you get comfortable with the up ramp, and then it's pretty much just making it to the down ramp. And
you feel a lot of it really is just confidence building more than anything?
Yeah, I mean, no one's going to start off at this size jump and do it successfully. You got to start off on smaller jumps, maybe a single jump, and then build your way up to a double and slowly extend it until you get comfortable with the size of it. It really is a confidence factor jumping the bike.
Okay, well, we're going to thank you for showing us this. Anything else you wanted to tell the young people out there that might want to get into this?
Yeah, just go big every time.
Sick air, sick air. Thanks, Nigel.
No worries.
thanks a lot to Nigel Brown, and as you can see from that footage, he is a very good bike rider, isn't he?
Incredible, and some of the stunts that he did were just fantastic.
Yeah, especially when he jumped over the car and the trailer with the guy standing in it. Awesome stuff.
It sure was, and you definitely, there's no room for error.
Okay, I'd like to say g'day to Mick or Nick, I can't remember, from the bog. I seen you there last week.
And I didn't see you there last week, but I'm glad he said hello to you.
And we're going to go to a break, so we'll see you soon.
I told you we would pop up somewhere else, and now we're down at Ellenbrook Speedway, and I'm talking to Kristy, who just popped up after a bit of an accident. How you doing, Kristy?
I'm alright.
Now, how old are you, Kristy?
I'm 14.
And I remember when I was 14, about 1 million years ago, I never wanted to get in these, and you're doing it. So who got you involved?
My dad.
Your dad. So that's who we have to thank or beat up.
Thank.
Okay then. Now, you've been racing for 4.5 years. What is some of the safety equipment involved in that?
We've got helmets, neck braces, balaclavas, gloves, and we've got all our flammable stuff.
Okay, balaclavas. Some of our staff have used balaclavas too, but we can't say why. Especially when I'm getting ready to get beat up. Now, I see you've got quite a few sponsors, so I think they see that you have a lot of potential. What's next for you now, Kristy?
I don't know. We're building a new car at the moment, so that should be good. It's a Nissan 300 ZX, and we're going to race in the modifieds.
Okay, now, and talking in terms of your crash, what do you think happened out there?
I don't know, I just went up in the air, and then next thing I was hitting the wall, and I tried to steer out of it. I tried to steer down, but it just didn't work. I just hit the wall, and I was like sitting there, and my car was just revving, and I didn't know what to do, so I thought I'd turn the fuel off because it ran out of fuel when it stopped, but that didn't work. It didn't happen quick enough, and so then I turned off like one of the main switches, the on and off switch, and that didn't work either. And I was trying to reach that red button there.
That red button there?
Yeah, but I couldn't reach it good enough, so I had to take off my belts and I hit it, and then the car just slowly died down. And I had a look at the tacho, and it was revving like over 7,000, and I was like, whoa! I was so scared.
Oh, okay. We were kind of scared too. Well, we were glad you survived there. So thanks a lot, Kristy, and please keep well.
I will. Thank you.
And now we're going to go to the story, the second half of the story about a train, a little choo-choo train. Then the person's name was Anita. So we're going to swing on over there.
Hi everybody, welcome back, and as I said, we're going to keep chatting with Anita here about the last train from Vienna, the book that's going to be launched on September the 1st, and that's all going to be, we're on the Bennett Brook Railway, as I mentioned earlier, right here at Whiteman Park, and we've just gone through the train station again, thanks to Ron up there who's taken us through and his helpers. But we're going to be talking a bit about the book now and some of the things that how it affected you when you went back and read the book.
Well, yes, there were a few things that affected me. Basically, I'd always heard these stories, but never sort of heard them directly from his point of view, and with all the drama also, because he was such a happy-go-lucky character that it was always done with great humour. But of course in the book there are some quite life-threatening moments that possibly either he told them and I just thought one of those stories, but I don't seem to remember a lot of the detail about the war. Of course it does move on into Rhodesia, where he spent 20 years and did the Cape Town to Cairo rally and worked on the Kariba Dam and had 20 years of in Rhodesia. He started Rhodesian television. He was a sound technician. He was a ham radio operator and a very technical sort of fellow, so he always...
Does he actually touch on all those in the book, or actually talk about them?
Yeah, all of those are mentioned in the book. He migrated 4 times, and from Canada he legally entered the United States of America. And they detained him for 4 days because they actually thought he was a Russian spy.
Did anyone like your father when he was alive?
I think they took him too literally, actually. Yeah. I think that's probably what the problem was. With the Russian spy incident, he'd actually sewn some money onto the inside of his jacket. He had jumped aboard a merchant ship and migrated to Canada, where he became a lumberjack. And when he got sick of that because it was too cold, he decided to cross the border illegally. And when they caught him, of course, they said, well, you've got no money, we have to detain you for 3 months. And he said, no, I've got money, it's in my coat, you know. And when they cut it open, they found Russian papers, because he was needed them for the Russian zone in Vienna. So, and he souvenired them, you know. There's no reason for him to have Russian papers sitting in his coat. So once again, he was where he shouldn't be.
Right. Now, we have a lot of the photos from your father, and something I found very interesting you showed me, we might show that as well. Your father was also a big collector, and he was a photographer and all that, so obviously he knew what he was looking for on many occasions. And as I said too, a man of many firsts, like you mentioned about the television station in Rhodesia and all the things he went through, but he didn't take just going back to the book, of course, he didn't take the war as, I mean, there was, as you say, life-threatening events, but he didn't take the war as the end-all and be-all. Like a lot of people, unfortunately, who've been involved in conflicts, it's like they virtually end their living side from that point on. Is that, I mean, your father just kept going on, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, I think because he did have, he spoke fluent German natively, but he joined the British Army. And so the sort of war that he fought was probably different to the average infantry soldier or something like that, because he translated for general staff. So he ended up in some funny predicaments, you know. Yeah. One of them that's not in the book, that if you give me a second I'll relay to you, which would reflect the sort of cheeky nature that my father had. The sort of war he really had was more along the lines of having to rush a colonel in the middle of the desert in North Africa to a major that had major war wounds and needed special surgery, and he was the one who had to drive him there and get him through to the outpost where this major was. So when he got there, the colonel turned around and said, and make yourself comfortable. And because he hadn't seen a bed for ages, he literally walked through a ward, saw a whole bunch of empty beds in one ward, nobody else there, and sort of crashed out. And you know, and then next he was so tired at that stage, their duties were keeping them going for days almost, and not properly eating. So he ended up sleeping for quite some time. And when he woke up, there was a fellow in the bed opposite him, and he leaned across and basically said, I must get, where's my colonel? I've got to go. I'm his driver. I'm his translator. We must go. And the guy in front of him said, I'm a photographer and I need too. And he said, no, where's the nurse's staff? He said, oh, nurse, and he started screaming, this other fellow, for the nurse. And of course, when the nurse came through, Dad said, I'm the staff car driver, I'm the colonel, and I've got to go. Where are my clothes? My clothes have been taken. And the response was, now they're there, of course you are. Yes, you sit down. And what happened was, it took him a while to try and tell this person, no, I definitely am a star, this is what I've got to do. They said, yes, well, the doctor will be in to see you soon. And of course, what he had entered was the ER of the psychiatric ward at this particular mobile unit, and they weren't going to believe him until the colonel was looking for his driver, and that took about 4.5 hours to sort out. So that was the sort of thing that he used to tell us about it. But when you read the book, of course, you do see both sides of the war. The book itself is very funny. I mean, I dare anyone not to laugh out loud at least 12 times whilst reading it.
So he's got all the humor in it, but it's following through a real life. It's not Hollywood and whatever, not glitzy and glamour. It's the real thing. Now, on September the 1st, everyone's going to come down. We're going to get on board the train. Oh, something I was going to mention before. You mentioned in the building they all had finks.
Yes.
Someone who ratted on somebody. But one of the little pictures here you showed me was the something he got from up at Carnarvon when man first walked on the moon. And And when you mentioned about finks, we'll actually take a photo and show that to everybody. It's actually got the first response from the moon. Tell us a bit about that.
Yes, being an amateur radio operator, a good friend of his was the head person up at the Carnarvon tracking station, and when they heard about the moon and that the tracking station was going to be covering it, being his friend, he went up there and was on hand to see exactly the transmissions and the communications that came through from ground control through to the moon landing. And the first message that was ever sent to the moon was typed out on a teledex, and it came through as, is there anything on the moon? But unfortunately they put, is there anything on the moon? And the very first message that came back was, no, there are no finks on the moon. And when this came through on the ticker tape machine, he turned to his friend and he said, "Here, what are you going to do with that?" And he said, "I don't know, why? Do you want it?" And he said, "Yes," and ripped it. And of course, there's only 7 of those in the world that must have come through the 7 tracking stations that were following the communications at the time. So he is a man of first. He's the original, been there, done that.
True Aussie character, really. And now, September 1st, everyone's going to meet. Now, those people wanting to get involved, they go to the webpage is the easiest way, or give you a phone call. What's the phone number?
It's 9291-0250, and there's an answering machine on, so if I'm not there you can leave a message. Or if you'd like to go to the website, which is Last Train from Vienna, all lowercase, one word, .homestead, HOMESTEAD.com. So lasttrainfromvienna.homestead.com. Just type that into your browser window and it'll take you straight there.
Right. Now, the cost involved for people getting on to come to this?
Certainly. The cost is $65. That includes your meal as well as champagne on arrival, and nibblies and things like that, and $120 for a couple, and also $60 a head for a group at a minimum of 12.
So it's not as if it's thousands of dollars and you're going to have a great time. There's 6 carriages booked.
That's right.
And we're going to be going all over the place. Balls and all are going to be there, and it's going to be, we're going to be reenacting everything that happens. So it's just going to be a real fun night, really.
That's right. Like I said, it hasn't been seen like this since the 80s. So let's bring in the new millennium with another, as you say, balls and all event.
That's right. Okay, everyone. Well, we're going to be showing you a little bit more from the train here, and we're going to show you some of the footage here and some of the photos, and hope you'll get involved in that. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and also it's the whole idea to launch the book. It's done here in West Australia, and it's about a character who eventually ended up here after 4 other countries, or many other countries really.
He migrated 4 times, and at least 1 that we know of illegally.
That's right. And ended up in the best place in the world right here in Perth. And so yeah, get involved, go down, and you'll have a great time. Honestly, you will. And give them a call on the number or the web page, and get your tickets now, because there's only a couple hundred left, really, isn't there?
That's right, and you can book online as well. Can I take a moment to thank 2 sponsors that of course make these events worthwhile? Yeah. Nippy's Best Juices, thanks for coming on board, and Prime Products, which is one of our major sponsors, and we'd like to thank them too. Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, well, yeah, get involved and go down. We'll have a good night. We're showing you a little bit more of the photos, and very exciting thing happening for Perth. And you got the opportunity to be involved.
Yeah, as you can see, that was a good story, and that was the Last Train from Vienna. The Balls and All crew will be on that, so make sure you get your pen and paper and write down the details and see if you can get on that. I'm going to go to a break now, and after that, I'm going to be speaking to Ken Marks about his car. Everybody, and I'm speaking to Ken Marks here. Ken, would you like to tell us a bit about this car?
Yes, okay. I started in '62, and they started a little bit before me. The cars have got to be just a molly rail, and you're not allowed to have any more than 308 and 60 thou. It's got to have car tyres on it. It's got to be a diff, no quick change diffs or anything like that. It's got to have a cross spring in the front. The motor's got to be pretty well standard. You can have hydraulic cam and that in there, or solids, but valve size, one size valve, bigger on the valves, and that's it. That's pretty well all you can do. It makes you a better driver and keep on the ball of everything. That's what you've got to do.
And what is it, like an older class of sprint car?
Yeah, well, these first started off, and then the sprint cars came after these. They come off of these. These were first, and they made the sprint cars from these, which is a lot different now than what these are now. But you have a lot of fun, it's cheap, and it doesn't cost you much at all. You can get into one of these for $6 or $8 grand and have a real good ball.
Yeah?
Yep.
And how long has this particular car been running?
I've had this one for 2 years. Just had a breakdown, my first major breakdown just then.
All right.
The distributor is broken now. The rotor's come through the distributor cap.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
That's good fun, is it?
Oh yeah, makes good fun.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for your time, mate.
No worries. Thanks very much.
Awesome. Well, we're going to go down to a story we did recently at the Ballajura Indoor Cricket Club, and we were speaking with the Rebels, so take a look at this. Hello, I'm James from Bowls and All, and we're down here at the Ballajura Indoor Sports Club, and I'm speaking with the manager of the Rebels, Gary, who they call Pud. How you going, mate?
Good, thanks, James. Real good, mate.
Right, what's the general rules of indoor cricket?
Well, indoor cricket is actually the fastest ball game around, and basically everybody gets to have a bowl, everybody gets to have a bat, everybody is involved in the game at all the time. And the whole idea is you can get out but continue on. If you get out, you lose 5 runs, and we just knock. The whole idea is to try and get it past the fielders and head to the nets.
Yeah.
And we've got different zones as to where we score runs.
Yeah.
And basically the highest score is the winner. We're actually playing the young guys tonight, and we've got a bit of a history with these guys. And we've always ended up with a close one, and as you can see, we've had another close one tonight. We've got 1 point difference.
Yeah.
Very, very social sport, but by the same token, it's a very active sport.
Yeah. Now, as a batter, is it your goal to try and hit it off the nets? Do you get more points that way? Or?
Definitely. If you can score and hit a net and then run as well, you get that bonus score. And the idea is you can hit to the back net, and you actually get, if you hit to the back net and run, you'll get 7 runs.
Yeah.
And you can't get caught out off the back nets.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the whole idea is there's a bit of an enticement to get the guys to drive.
Yeah.
And if ever you're standing behind a bowler and having a look at that ball coming back at you, you'll see how fast that game is.
Yeah, I certainly know that for sure. I played it for 1 season. We got whipped every game, but that's another story. Now, how many men do you need to have a team?
Well, you need 8 guys to have a game. The Rebels have actually got around 13 players, and we rotate them around all the time. Everyone gets a game, and basically we have our 13 players because we're a team that like to tour.
Yeah.
And with our 13 players going into a tournament, it's just too hard on the old body. Basically, like the ASPAC Masters 2000 that's coming up in October, we've got to play something like a dozen games in 5 days.
Really?
And the old bones start to ache a bit after you've had a couple of games in a row.
Yeah.
So with a squad of 13, you can get through it comfortably, and we try to do that. We try to have a professional approach to the whole thing, and yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah. Now, like you said about what's coming up in the year, what's happening for the Rebels this year?
Well, the Rebels are about to launch a campaign on the ASPAC Masters, which is the Asian Pacific Masters, and it's their second tournament. They hold it every 2 years, and it's on the Gold Coast, and it's a very good level of competition, much higher than what we would get here. So we look forward to playing that type of sport, that level, and it lifts the guys a bit, and plus you get to meet a lot of really good players who enjoy the same sport as you do on the other side of the nation.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's our main aim at the moment, and once we tuck that away, we're going to head into the World Masters is on in Melbourne in 2002, and we're going to launch probably our biggest campaign ever. We're going to take probably a squad of 16 players and support guys over. We'll do the World Masters in Melbourne, and then we'll move on and compete in our third Masters at the ASPAC. So doing that, we'll actually have competed in every ASPAC that's been on.
That's awesome. That is really great. Now, like you're saying, the Masters coming up and the World one, is it a sponsored thing, or do the guys have to dig down and pay for it themselves?
We're probably one of the few sides that commit ourselves to doing a sponsorship campaign. And we feel we've got a very unique offer to any sponsors that are considering putting in and getting involved in our sport. What we actually do is anyone who wants to commit and push $1,000 or more our way, we'll actually build them a website, which is a great offer for small companies and things like that. We'll get them up on the net, and we actually, from there, we'll move. We will make a network of all the different ones we've built, and we move sponsorship advertising around. We give them very good exposure. Our own site, the Rebels site, is actually receiving around 35,000 hits a month. And that's good coverage for advertising. So, it's not like you're just going and asking a company for a bit of money. You're giving them something back.
That's great.
And like I say, for this current tour, we've got that fully funded. We're going away, professionally fitted out, and we expect to do very well because we've got no money worries, anything like that. It's a fully funded tour.
That's great.
And we hope to raise in the vicinity of between 55 and 60,000 to manage the World Masters and go on to the ASPAC. You're talking about 3 weeks and 16 guys, so you can understand the accommodation, the flights and everything else. It all adds up.
Yep, no worries. If someone out there is watching and think, I'd like to sponsor the Rebels, how could they get in contact?
Well, there's a couple of ways. They're quite welcome to ring me on my mobile, and that's 0409 290 989. And then they can also visit our website at www.rebels.homepage.org. And they can see what we're about. I think we're probably one of the main sites in our sport that have a lot of action photos. People can see what it's all about.
That's great.
And they can see what we're doing, and there's a bit of help for sponsors there to show what we're after and how they can go about it.
That's great. Well, on behalf of Balls and All, I wish you guys all the best in the tours.
Thanks, guys.
And thanks a lot for looking after us with beverages while we've been down here.
A pleasure.
Yeah, while we're down here talking the Rebels, a couple of boys said they come down here all the time, so we're going to have a chat to them. What's your name, mate?
Curtis.
Yeah, and what school do you go to?
Westminster.
Yeah, and what about you?
Dane.
Yeah.
West Balcutta.
Yeah. And what do you like about coming down here?
The cricket.
Yeah.
And watching all the cricket down here and watching all the teams win.
Cool. No worries. Thanks a lot, boys. Well, it's that time of the day again, and now I'm going to introduce you to all the Rebels. Take it away, boys.
Oh, I've got to talk, do I?
Yes, you're going.
My name is Peter Sorgiovanni. I'm not speaking very good English, but I try for you. Seriously, my name is Peter Sorgiovanni, better known as Sorge. Been playing ever since I can remember, but good bunch of blokes. Looking forward to going away with them. Anything else? There you go.
I'm next. Okay. I'm Darren Lynn, nickname Linny. I've been with the Mighty Rebels a couple of years, and I think I'm the only bloke in the group who hasn't reached retirement age. So.
Hi, I'm George Baines. I'm known as Muttley. I've been playing for about 30 years, and there you go.
I'm Peter Reid, nickname Reedy. I'm about 20 years younger than George, so I've only been playing for about 10 years out, I think. All right.
My name's Don Truen, nickname Cupcake. I've been playing for about 20 years. Thank you.
My name's Glenn Castles. I'm the captain of the side of these reprobates, and I'm the one who's got to babysit them each week, which is an absolute pleasure. Been playing for about 20 years and sometimes too long.
My name's Bruce Reid. This will be my first year with the Rebels, but I'm the owner of the Ballajura Sports Stadium that has to put up with these blokes every Wednesday night till about 2 in the morning. So looking forward to a great trip away.
Good evening, my name's Peter From, nicknamed Frommy. I've been with the Rebels thereabouts of 6 months and have been playing indoor cricket for 20 odd years. Thank you.
You've already met me, I'm Pud, but I'd like to introduce you to one of our missing players. Have you seen this man? We're currently looking for him. We haven't, we lost him, we've last sighted him about 6 months ago, leading up against the bar up at Ballajura Indoor Sports there, and he just hasn't come back. Please, if you're out there, come back.
Hi, my name's Greg Cross. I've been playing for about 15 years, but I've been with the Rebels for 2.
Yeah, hi, my name's Baz. Nickname's Baz. I've been with the Rebels for about a couple of years now. A great bunch of blokes.
Hi, my name's Lino Gajati. I've been with the Rebels for about 5 years. I've been playing for about 10 years. Nicknamed Ducati.
All right, thanks a lot, boys, and all the best of luck in the future.
Thanks very much.
All right, and now I'm speaking with Glenn, and everyone calls you Cass. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Very well. Yeah, come off a good win.
Good stuff. Now, you're the captain of the side. How's it all going?
Yeah, going very well, mate. We're only just over 2 months away from our trip away to the Gold Coast, which we're all looking forward to. But yeah, we're on track. We're going okay.
Yeah. Now, Glenn's actually the guy who called us and told us to come down and check it out. And as you might have thought that indoor cricket was just for people who are unfit and, you know, it's an average game. I even played it a year and I was pretty shit at it, but you know, beside the point. You do have to be very fit to play. It's one thing I've noticed.
Yeah, it's a game that can sneak up on you. Basically, it's always reflexes, and it's just a great game. Everyone can be involved, no matter how good or bad they are, and you quite often find that the people that aren't as good as the others enjoy the game twice as much, and I think that's an important thing, and that's why the game will last and keep going on. So everyone can have a crack, and yeah, it's just a good all-round game.
No worries. It was a pleasure coming down here anyway.
Mate, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here, and your quick response. I'd like to thank yourself, James, and Moose and Mike Garter for the very quick response to my request. And I'd really like to thank our sponsors as well. They're the reason that we're going away this October. There's Greenwood Fabric Warehouse, Marsha down there, thank you, hello. Gemstar Marketing, Spectrum Sportswear, Kingsley Physio, Andrew at Kingsley Physio, and Market City Meats, who is actually, it's a butcher shop by one of our players, Kevin Cox, who is the same bloke who was missing and we're trying to find.
Oh, right.
But without them, we wouldn't be here, and we really do appreciate them and just like to thank them as much as we can. And again, thanks to Balls and All, it's been great. Had a ball.
No worries. Thanks for contacting us.
No problems at all, anytime. Okay.
Wow, what a great car, great number. And before we get to that, we want to say thank you for the other story that we just saw. It was very tremendous there, and it looked like everybody was having heaps of fun. Now back to this, we're here at number 26. We're at Ellenbrook Speedway, and we're here with Greg Squance. Now Greg, you went out there and kicked a bit of butt today. You want to tell us about that?
Oh yeah, we're always trying to improve the car and a bit more speed and handling and so on. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like you had no fear out there, and actually our cameraman was very delighted because your number 26 is the same number he wears in gridiron, and he thinks it's a good luck number, and you went out there and won.
Yeah, we've been carrying that number for quite a few years now, and it's sort of looked after us fairly well, and we're pretty happy to wear it there.
Excellent. Well, we want to wish you guys all the best, and we hope you have every success out here, and you're going well, in spite of the fact that you've got our cameraman's number.
Yeah, well, a bit of help with turbochargers by TurboTech. We're doing well. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm out here in the middle of Ellenbrook Speedway. All the racing's just finished and we've just seen a spectacular crash. And some of the tireless workers here, they've got all kinds of people who work behind the scenes really hard, and one of them right here standing next to me is Brad. Hi Brad, how are you?
I'm well, Moose. How's yourself?
Good mate, good. Now tell us about Auto Care. That's you guys. There's a couple of you guys here and you're always running around the place looking after the cars?
Yeah, there's myself, and we actually bring up 2 trucks every meeting. We've got them set up so that we can lift our gear off, put hooks on, so it's quick and simple. Get the sprint cars on and off real quick.
Yeah.
Myself, and usually there's another young bloke up here, Tommy. Unfortunately, he's having a baby tomorrow, so he's had the day off.
His wife's having a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations, Tommy, and your wife.
Having the day off. We've got his father up here today.
Good.
But yeah, we've had a few good spectacular crashes today.
Yeah, we started off, I don't know, about 9 sprint cars, and then it went down to 4, and then we just seen 3 of them get cleaned up, so we went down to 1 sprint car in the end.
Yeah, that one there, and the race prior to that, there was a 3-car. One over in turn 4, which we lost 3 cars in, unfortunately, which brought the field down a little bit. But it's been a good day of racing.
Good day. Big crowd here today too, despite the fact we had some pretty crappy weather. It's been a big crowd here today, hasn't there?
Yeah, it's been a good crowd, and yeah, it is usually every fortnight we get a fairly big crowd up. So
that's excellent. And the next big one's on Father's Day.
Yeah, and we'll be back again with the both trucks.
So thanks to you and all the auto care guys and girls and whatever hiding in the truck there. And okay, well look, we're going to move along now to Wayne and James's part 2 of their story when we went down to Scarborough Beach and their antics.
I'm here now with some of the best bodyboarders in Western Australia, and their names are?
Brent, Adam, and Jesse.
All right then, now how long have you 3 superstars been out here today?
Probably about 14 hours, roughly, yeah, about 14.
Ah, so y'all missed the cartoons this morning and came straight out here, huh?
Sure did.
Now, how long have you guys been boogie boarding?
Probably about bodyboarding.
Oh, bodyboarding.
Yeah, bodyboarding.
And you've been doing it how long?
Probably about a year now.
Okay then, must be finding it fun. Now, why are you guys out here in the winter time up here at Scarborough Beach?
Just fun, mate. Getting the waves, better waves in winter.
Excellent. Yeah, that is true. Now, are you guys looking at anything else, like some of these girls that are here?
Oh yeah, the Sheilas are good, but they're better in summer, mate.
That's a good point. I think when they have time to warm up, that's a good point. Now, so what do you guys have on for the rest of the day?
Not much, just a little family outing tonight, and then I'll probably hit the beach again tomorrow.
Okay then, and yourself?
I'll mostly go home, play a bit of playing footy tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who do you play for?
Queen's Park, under 17s.
And how are you guys doing at the moment?
Second on the ladder, but we're going to win the premiership.
Yeah. Wow, that's what I like, confidence. All right then, well guys, have a great afternoon.
No worries, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
All right, here you go, mate.
Oh, cheers.
What's your name, buddy?
Nico.
And what are you doing down the beach today?
Indulging in a beverage, looking for some chicks, hoping to pick up, but don't like my chances when I'm on my bike, but you know, shit happens, mate.
What pickup lines work, mate?
Oh, mate, they don't. The pickups don't work. If you show them your wallet, you got heaps of dollars, it works. It's about the only way. Other than that, it's potluck.
Especially if there's a MILF out there.
Oh, mate, MILFs are harder, even harder to get.
So what kind of wheels you got apart from your treadly, mate?
Oh, I got a Sandman, 5 litre.
Yeah. She go all right?
Oh, she kills it.
Good stuff, mate. At least you drive Holdens.
Yeah.
Right.
Holdens all the way. Fords, you can chuck it in the dump, mate.
See you in the bar, buddy.
No
Buddy, what could happen when you're having ice cream and stuff like that? Because I'm not, but these 2 ladies are. Your name is?
Jody.
And?
Marnie.
And now what brings you 2 lovely young ladies down to the beach in the winter?
Well, to be quite honest, we're driving around today and got lost and just ended up here in Scarborough eating ice cream.
That's a pretty amazing. This is a great place to get lost, isn't it?
It's not bad, yeah. Good McFlurries. We just want to put in a little pitch for Oreo McFlurries.
Oh, that's good. Now, what do you ladies, when you're not getting lost on a Saturday afternoon, what do you ladies normally indulge in that you can talk about?
To be quite honest, I'm normally working.
Okay.
So it's not very exciting.
Okay, and?
I don't know, maybe hanging out down at Cottesloe Beach where we actually live. Just having coffee with friends.
Yeah, Cottesloe Beach is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Now, when you hang down at Cottesloe, which place do you go to?
The Blue Duck. It's got really good coffee there. You can sit out in the little outside balcony and just watch.
Have a pervert the guys and stuff.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
I'm into girls.
Okay. Is this a girl-guy thing? We should know. Well, thanks a lot, ladies. Y'all have definitely been an interesting interview.
And we'll leave it at that.
Cheers, thanks.
Bye-bye.
What's your name, mate?
Elliot?
Yeah.
Luke.
Okay, and where are you from, mate?
I live in Scarborough,
Yeah.
but from Collie originally.
Yeah.
Yeah, just up there.
And what are you doing down the beach today, mate?
Just skating.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what happened to your arm, mate?
I was grinding a ledge in the city at Central Park, and I put my weight too far forward, which resulted in me snapping my scaphoid and having to go to hospital.
Not too good.
No.
All right. Well, take it easy, boys, anyway.
Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, we're still doing street talk, and I'm speaking with...
Alita.
For the third time, isn't it?
Yes.
And your name?
Daniela. Gemma.
This feels like we've been doing this all day, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Damn microphone. Now, what brings you down here today?
Shopping.
Yeah?
Yeah. We're bored, so we want to go for a drive.
Yeah. What about you?
The sun and the guys. Sun first. Yeah, the guys. Can't forget them. And you, James. Of course.
Thanks, baby. Now, do you like to come down here often?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Every weekend.
Yeah. Good stuff. Do you like club much or anything?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Right.
Right, I'm going to go now anyway because I just seen Wayne running by, so take it easy.
Oh, Wayne! Woo!
You got fans! Woo!
I'm here with Steve now, in the famous local band called the J Babies. How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad for a Saturday.
Yeah. Now, this is pretty early for most musos to be up about 4:30 in the afternoon. You want to tell us what you're doing?
Yeah, well, we were sitting watching TV, and then we remembered I had to go and pick up my drums, so I thought I'd better come down and pick my drums up. Otherwise, the next band to play will probably get pissed off because the drum kit's in the way.
Now, you guys are very well known around Perth. How long you guys been going?
About 5.5 years. We started in February '95.
Okay, then.
Yeah, but we haven't had our 5th birthday yet. So I'm
sure
great about that.
Now, you guys also, you guys have done some pretty big gigs around the place. You want to tell us about those?
Yep, we played Gloucester Park last couple of New Years. They were really big.
And how many people would you have got there?
Well, the first one we got a lot, 4,000 people in the car park there. That was fantastic.
Okay.
That was a great buzz. The next year was not quite as big. That was the year 2000. Everybody stayed home for that one, I think.
Yeah, I think they was probably preparing for the upcoming GST. So what's up for you guys now?
Well, at the moment, we're probably just going to be playing a few local gigs, trying to work on some original music. But that's always tough, as you know.
Yeah, exactly. Being in the business, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. But that's probably what we're going to be doing. But we're looking to do something slightly different. But at the same time, we've still got to work, you know.
Okay, then now.
Still great fun. So last night was good fun.
Excellent. And last night you guys were.
Yeah, we played here last night.
Okay, then and here is the Club A or the Lookout.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we're at the Lookout, and definitely, Steve, thank you, and we're going to be looking out for you guys in the near future.
Cheers.
And that's the J Babies.
Thanks
We've
a
had
lot.
a fun afternoon on balls and all. We've been swinging down here, watching swinging. You know what I'm saying? Doing a little bit of street talk, and we haven't actually been out in the street. We've been actually hanging out at the beach, Scarborough to be exact. So what do you think, James?
It's been a lot of fun, and it's always good to come down the beach. So we better go now because there's a car coming.
And it's getting ready to kill us. So we're going to leave.
On balls and all.
And remember, keep swinging. Hello, we're back, and we just want to say thank you. And there will be a lot more street talk in the coming weeks.
Hell yeah. It was good fun, and we'll be doing more of it.
All right, then. We also want to say that on September the 15th, you guessed it, will be our birthday show. Now, if you want to get on it, you have to send a
stamp,
self-addressed envelope, and once you send that in, you can possibly be in the audience, so you can be there on the night, and it's going to be a special night.
Yeah, it's going pretty wild. We're going to run amok through the crowd and get the audience in it, so come down and have fun.
Also, there's a thing with the Hotham Valley.